Why choose iRadio? Here are the 5 compiling reasons.
Trust and reach. iRadio stands as the most trusted and popular radio station in South Sudan. Backed by recent surveys with a loyal listener base, your message will reach a wide audience effectively.
Extensive network. iRadio is not just a radio station. It's a network of interconnected stations. When you partner with iRadio, we'll broadcast your program across multiple locations such as Wow, Awil, Kwajok, Yambio, Bor, Rang, Malakal, and Baliet, ensuring maximum coverage and impact.
Regional presence. iRadio footprint extends to the states of Western and Northern Bahr el Ghazal, Western and Central Equatoria, Jonglei, Upper Nile, and Warab. By collaborating with iRadio, you can connect with diverse communities and target audiences in these regions.
Community engagement. Partnering with iRadio means engaging with communities at a grassroots levels. Your message will resonate with listeners in various locations, fostering meaningful interactions and driving brand awareness.
Comprehensive coverage with stations in strategic locations like Reng, Malakal, and Baliet. iRadio offers comprehensive coverage that reaches both urban centers and remote areas. Your partnership with iRadio ensures visibility across a wide geographic area.
Don't miss out on the opportunity to amplify your message with iRadio. Partner or advertise with us today and make your voice heard across South Sudan.
انت شاب وبتفتش عن برنامج تعليمي؟ زون 72 برنامج خاص لك انت، بيتم فيه مناقشة كتير من المواضيع اللي بخصك، وفيه انت ممكن كمان تعبر عن رايك وتتواصل مع شباب بنفس تفكيرك. زون 72 بيجيكم في كل يوم السبت من الساعة 4 مساء للساعة 5 مساء على الهواء وعلى الانترنت، فقط على اي راديو. عينك على جنوب السودان.
Yes, good evening, listener of iRadio, and welcome to the Zone 72 Youth Program, which comes to you every Saturday from 4 to 5 p.m. I'm your host, Barry Johnson, and I also have with me in the studio Grace Amviko, who is our sign language interpreter. Zone 72 highlights the rights and choices for all adult-centered youth, and it emphasizes on the 3-pillared global strategy for adult-centered youth, putting young people at the center of sustainable development. Zone 72 Youth Program is in collaboration with the South Sudan Ministry of Health, South Sudan Nurses and Midwives Association, Shabab Le Shabab, Canadian Association of Midwives, and UNFPA. The program is made possible with support from Global Affairs Canada. Well, to comment on today's program, you'll be calling us on our studio lines, that is 0911 or 0922 986 986, and for text messages, send to 0913 986 986. You can also stream this broadcast live by logging onto our website, that is www.iradio.org, or on our Facebook page, that is iRadio. You can also stream this program on our YouTube channel, that is iRadio South Sudan. If you have questions about adults and health, send us an email to youthzone72@gmail.com or call 0922 009497. We have 2 hotlines and they're toll free. If you want to report on GBV, you can call 623. And if you want to report on adults and health immediate, call 885. Today we're going to be looking at a very interesting and very crucial topic, which is gang violence. And gang violence in South Sudan has become a serious concern, especially in the capital, Juba. Well, to address this, intervention is required from the government, families, and also individual intervention, and from the communities as well. And to shed more light on today's topic, I'm joined live in the studio by Amer Manyog Deng, who is an activist and the chairperson of Women's Bloc of South Sudan. Yes, good evening, Amer.
Yeah, good evening, my sister.
Yes, it's good to have you on board. Yes, it's good to have you.
Thank you.
Yes. نعم مستمع اي راديو. الليلة احنا ماشيين نتكلم عن عنف بتاع العصابات او المعروف في جوبا هنا بنيجس وفي محلات تانية. نخليك قريب مع الراديو بتاعك عشان يكون عندك فرصة بعدين تسأل جيست حقتنا جوا استوديو وبرضه تشارك تجربة بتاعك وده حلول انت بتشوف لازم يعملوه عشان يحلوا المشكلة ده. Yes, Amer, starting our program. So what do you believe are the major either social or economic factors that is fueling the rise of gang violence in Juba and also other parts of South Sudan?
Thank you so much, Sister Biona. And I thank the iRadio for this opportunity so that I can also share my thoughts on about the gang violence and adolescents' health. In fact, in South Sudan, it is like a new phenomenon that our children have decided to come out on the street and join the street. But before the war, it was not happening like that. So I think this will need all of us, the families, the communities, and the government to pay attention to it, because these are our future generation. And one of the reasons before the war, the child is for the family, the parent to take care. But if the child become adolescent, the parents and the family members, they intervene to take care of that child. Each and every person will take care of the baby wherever she is or wherever he is, whether in the cattle camp or in town, and the community at large. But these days, when the child break out from the family for one reason or the other, maybe especially the child boy,
The boy child.
the boy child. Sometimes when they are adolescents, they don't listen to their mothers, and majority of the mothers are orphans or widows, or maybe the husbands are far away or busy, or a woman is busy in the market, wanted to sustain the family, or maybe the woman she doesn't have time, and from that scenario, the child has just decided to join the gangs without knowing that he's doing a wrong thing. And you know, when your child is coming out, in first place, the child knew that where he or she is going is not the right place. So you will hide all these things. Whether the child is going to school, you will not know that the child is not going to school. Whether the child has joined the wrong group, you will not know until you will get surprised that your child behaviors have changed. So it is something that need all full attention of our families, because now it is not only in Juba, and they have gone beyond the humanity, because what they are exercising, coming to do the gang rape, is the worst thing that they have done. Yeah.
Okay, and why do you believe that these young people are joining the gang culture? What is really pushing them into that?
With me, I actually, we need to have a conversation with them. Because individually, maybe each and every person is coming out from their family for one reason or the other. Because they cannot just come all of them out like that and then they group themselves. And they starting activities that are really terrorizing the community. And especially they are targeting women mostly. You know, women, one day I had one of the young ladies, I think she was going for a wedding or something. She put on the long dress, she was wearing high heels, her hair. Then she's talking on phone on the road. The Toronto came with a motorbike in a very high speed, pulled the phone, and then pulled, the girl was trying to capture her, whatever, she was pulled down. You can see the way she was bleeding. What next? Hospital. Because she was actually much badly on the road. So it is not only that case. There are so many cases about people breaking their legs, their hands because of the Torontos. And the Torontos, we call them Torontos, we call them niggers, but they have become powerful. You know, when we came to Juba in 2005, I think it's 20 years now down the line. I believe those children who were on the street by then, they become adult now. And if they are adult with that mindset, and if they join the security sector, they will not be a very good security personnel. They cannot. Because already their mindset is corrupt. by misbehaviors. By then, I think they are growing on the road and they are changing behaviors and others are joining them and others are joining them. Now they become a very big community. And when they are a very big community, which means the social fabric is breaking down in the country. So I think this one need a very serious attention from the high level leadership of our government, being presidency, executive, parliament, all the security organs, and then our communities and families. So it is something that need a very close attention, including mental health, because majority of them are taking drugs. Majority of them are doing things that are really inhuman. Yeah, so it's not a simple thing. Yeah, it's a serious.
And from your engagement with the community or with families, do you think that the breakdown of family structure contributes also to young people joining gang groups? Like maybe the father is there but he's not in the house regularly, or maybe it is the mother raising the child alone. So do you believe this breakdown in the family structure also contributes to young people joining the gang culture or the gang groups here in South Sudan?
Yes, I believe the breaking down of the families also motivate and support majority of the children to join the street. For example, in this country, the country is in conflict. And every month and every day we are losing our sons, our husbands, our brothers. So the vulnerability in the family become very high. So from there, we have a big number of women than men. And these young adolescents, when they are growing, they don't respect mothers anymore. They become very wild. Unless if they have a very good schools, unless if the churches are serious so that they can do reconciliation, healing and everything, unless the government with authority is very serious, because each and every individual is supposed to abide by law. Law is more stronger than anything, because if you become wild, because some people become wild when they are motivated by so many things, maybe drinking alcohol, maybe taking drugs, or maybe he become powerful, he managed to get his wealth somewhere. He will marry so many wives, and when he marries so many wives, at least he will love one or two. So he will pay more attention to one or two and focus there, and even provide the services and finances to the whoever that he loves or she loves so much. But the rest will remain behind, and when they remain behind, when a woman is struggling with this economic crisis, that a woman is going to the market, trying this and trying hard, and we're coming back with the frustration, and maybe she's not giving more services to the children, and maybe the child is not able to go to school because of his school fees, and maybe the child is sick, and the frustration. We are also losing women because of heart attack, because of, women are dying also so much. Because when you become so much frustrated, you can lose your life. Yeah.
Okay, and also looking at the family, the effect also the gang violence has on families. So how do you believe that is reshaping the daily lives of families of the victims affected by gang violence, and also the families of these young people who are part of the gang groups as well?
Yeah, of course, it affects. It happens sometimes when the child is become wild in the family. And I also know from some of our colleagues, women and other, and the son become violent against family, and the son or child decided to join those group. Yeah, the family will sit back. Sitting back is not for their safety. Because he knows the family. Anytime when he want to come, he can even come with his gun. And they can even kill the people in the house. It has happened in one of the places in Juba here, that the boy joined the gang groups and all this, and then he become very wild enough, and then he come and threat his father in the house that he need money. When the father said he doesn't have money, he said okay, and then later on he said, me and my... Anyway, he talked nonsense. He talked nonsense. To the extent he told his father that he's going to rape his mother. The father said, okay, fine. And he said, I'm going to come with my team. He said, okay, fine. Then the father was not even joking. He looked for his gun properly and he gunned down his son. Yes. So, and another man also gunned down his daughter because the girl become very wild. So those scenarios we don't need to reach, because these things they can be contained. You know, we need to open rehabilitation centers where we can take our children who are out of hand and who are affected by the situation to the rehabilitation center. After 6 months or 1 year, these children will come to their own sense. And then from there you can take them to vocational training. Some of them also you can take them back to school. You enroll them back to school. They can study. They can become normal as human beings. So I think that work also need government. It need a lot of work from the government side, because the families cannot put up the rehabilitation centers unless there are individuals who want to make the private businesses for the healthcare. Yeah.
Okay, and let's look at also the impact of the gang violence on the girls more than the boys. So can you share your reflection on how gang violence is affecting young girls differently from the boys?
Yeah. It has affecting young girls differently. You know, these girls, when they are growing up with these boys at community level, at family level, they know these ones are their brothers. And their neighbors. The child is a child. She cannot know that these boys have developed different thoughts or whatever they think about her. A girl child can be called by the boys and then you come. She doesn't know that what are they going to do to her. From there they can deceive her. And then later on the rape cases happen. The gang rape happen. I believe if that girl is aware that this thing is going to happen, she cannot accept. Secondly, maybe in the evening when the girl, or during daytime in isolated places, maybe she's sent to the market like this, what happened in Sherkat, the girl was sent to the market and then they call her out from the Raksha, and then I think maybe she thought she knows them. Anyway, I did not talk with the girl, but that's what I heard. Yeah, so I think the girls are innocent. Because most of the time they are engaged by their families in the kitchen, sent to the market, go to school. Their full-time job doing housework, but the boys are not engaged. Their work mostly is go and play football, do other things. And you know, with the girls, even in Juba now, you can see a lot of girls very patient enough, carrying their bananas on their head, carrying their nuts on their head, going sit under the tree, selling the tea with their mothers. But the boys are not there. So it needs both of us, the families, to sit down to engage the boys. The boys can do housework as well. Not the assignment of cooking only to be given to the girl. So you need to engage the boy. And then only there are times also when the boy has grown up, he will not listen to the mother. Some of the boys, not all of them. Some of them can listen to their parents. Some of them are wild enough. Yeah, so when they are wild enough, they need to be controlled somewhere in the boarding school where there are so many men and there are male counterpart, and then their fathers need to engage with the families, with the boys and the whole family, even a girl. There are some girls who do not listen. When they find themselves now, I'm grown up, I'm a mature young lady, I don't want to listen, I know everything. Some of them are like that.
Okay. All right. Yes, listen of iRadio, if you want to be part of this conversation, you can call us on 0911 or 0922 986 986. I have with me in the studio Amer Manyok Deng, who is an activist and the chairperson of South Sudan Women. The chairperson of Women's Bloc of South Sudan. So if you want to be part of the conversation, we are talking about gang violence أو عنف بتاع إصابات أو المعروف بظاهرة بتاعت نيجس إذا كان في جوبا ولا في أجزاء تاني من جنوب السودان. خلينا نسمع من أول متصل اي راديو.
الو اي راديو.
نعم مرحب.
اي
قول لنا اسمك وتضارب من وين؟
معك جون من قبل.
اوكي تفضل.
كلامك جزء أنا ده كويس. أجل في كثير من الكلام ده جاء من أبوات وأمهات. إنه بيسجل الكلام صوت الجنة بعمله. يقولون ده حاجة بتوعهم ده human rights بتوعهم كلام نعمله. ده لما يجينا بيجين له human rights ويال يكرب يا ده كله. يصير drugs الماء ياو يصير حاجات الماء ياو يصير ساتور هذه اللي بيكاتو الزول ساتور. ده حاجة كاب. لكن ما زول بسمع الكلام ده لكن قال ده human right كيف هذا زي هذا اللي عملوه لبناء في الشركات دي الحاجات المايا ودي حاجات اللي بيقال زول دي حاجات لما بشر اللي بيقال زول بيقال مجنون ولا بيقال ذاته ما عين زول زي يوان ثاني ايه هو حاجات الحكومه هسه شغالين فوق ده اللي هو ياو بلد شغال هسه جانا بتاع كلام الحاجه كاب اللي شروط مع الحكومه ita al'umma da alderu de kare de gina shara kalam al gina ta gamul de u kalam al gina ta gamul de ku etu badal shukran.
اوكي شكرا كثير جوني الاتصال بتاعك 0911 او 0922986986 listen of iRadio. You can call us on 0911 or 0922986986 if you want to ask any question to our guest in the studio about gang violence, or if you want to share your solution that you think can also be used to address the issue. So Amer, Johnny was talking about families supporting children who are engaged in gang violence, and according to him it is mostly the parents who are they support that. They give too much freedom to the child until the child reaches that extent. Maybe before you comment on that, let's speak another call. I radio. نعم مرحب. اسم تاكي منو تجدوه من وين؟ اسم تاكي منو؟
يوهانس.
اوكي عارفة صوت تاكي. يوهانس تجدوه من وين؟
أنا جيت من يافرين.
اوكي فضل.
الناس قاعد يتكلموا موظفين. يلا قاعد يعملوا الراتب ويقولوا كذا. إنه مثل في إنه يكونوا بوفر يا العاملة لرجال ده لكن كيف يشتغلوا أو لما يكون في جرام ممكن يعملوا مال بتاع البيزنس بتاعهم عشان كيف يعملوا برنامج اجتماعي وممكن يوم ثاني بيكون ناس كويسين. إن دايرين قانون بس دايرين إنه البلد يوفر عسكال عشان لو قادر عمره يشتغل ما قادر يشتغل بدون مال بتاع هذا الإدوكيشن ويتعلم. أي شغل نعمل يتعلم لأن يوم ما بتفيد بلد بتاعهم. إلا فنانين يكونوا في أرانتي ما في حاجة بتجي تصور لهم في ماله قاعدين فوق ده دول كل شيء يوفر. الأمن يوفر أجاد ممكن يالله ممكن يشتغلوا لأن لو في أجاد يوفروا أجاد ممكن داري يعملوا ده بعم بكلو. يعني يجوز يكون بفضل يكوز لنفسه. لأن لما كنا في أجاد في عشان يشتغلوا بكل يشتغلوا أجاد ثاني لأنهم بيشوفوا بفرق نفسه بأجاد وما أجاد الدار يعني.
أوكي. alright شكرا كثير يوحنس من يوكرن. اوكي لازم يفتحوا مراكز بتاع vocational training للشباب عشان هم يقدروا يشتغلوا وما يكونوا قاعدين عاطلين. شكرا للاتصال بتاعك. التليفون حقتنا لسه مفتوح لأسئلة بتاعكم لضيف حقتنا في داخل الاستديو. اي راديو.
الو اي راديو.
نعم مرحب.
معكم سايمون فايسنر في جوبا هنا.
تفضل.
تحية لكم تحية للمستمعين. فتعرف المشكلة هنا انت ممكن نركز بس الى نيجا جانجز تورونتو. المشكلة واحد خلينا نتكلم مع برلمان وحكومه، خلينا يربط لنا حكومه القوي يعمل لنا دستور في الدوله. يقبضوا كاميرا بيقبضوا بيسكوا أصل القطع عملها سبب المشاكل اللي عمل نفس التدبيب ده، لكن لما ثاني يجي يفكوا لانه لنا ابواب واموال وناس المسؤولين ده المفروض لنا نتقدم وحكومه يكون امامنا يعددهم، لكن الحكومه ما بعمل فيها هي. عشان كده انت بعد مره لما تقبض جاي هنا تدرس جلد ولا تسوي لها اكثر فشويه يقول اذا خلت في انسان ولا جاد يشيل كده. الجوز من البنات زاري بنات يشوف بنات قبل سنبله ومواتب لنا عرسهم بمال عرسناهم بمال بفقار وبنات يجي يلف ساكت لو قبضت دقيته مشكله شفت مرحله البنات قبل امشي فيه. المشكله كله في حكومه يربط لنا دستور وقانون القوي. اذا ربط لنا قانون القوي انا متاكد هيدا بيتكسر. عشان كده النتبه بكورخ على الحكومه. شكرا.
Okay, shukran katira Simon min High Seminary. So Amer, maybe you can comment on these 3 callers before we pick more calls. So we have Johnny from Gudele, who is blaming the families that families usually support the wrongdoing of the children who are part of gang groups. And then we have Johannes. He is talking about having more vocational training centers in the country so that these children will be enrolled there. And then Simon from High Seminary is emphasizing on strong law enforcement before we talk about all this. And he said sometimes the parents themselves are also encouraging that. So if you can maybe comment on these 3 callers before we pick more calls and we move on with the program.
Thank you so much. أنا بشكر جون ويوهانس وسايمون. طبعا بالحقيقة أنا بتكلم بعربي بسيط عشان هم يتكلموا بعربي.
نعم.
فالكلام اللي بقول في freedom لجنة human rights and child rights ده حقيقة في child rights لأنه لو نحن بقينا بندقوا عيال بتاعنا نعمل GVV gender based violence لجنة كمان تدق. طبعا هسا انتوا عارفين البلدنا ده هسا كل الناس they have a mental health كتار لأنه سبب المشاكل الحصل من 60s لحد 70s لحد 80s وهسا لحد 2025 اللي نحن فيه ده بلدنا ده في مشاكل كله. فالأجيال الجو كله ده في frustration في very deep frustration. هسا انت بتشوف بيوت كتير بفرتكوا ناس بتزوج وبفرتك بكلام شنو؟ بكلام مشاكل. زول بدوك مرة بتاعه للدرجة إنه وما بس ما بشعر بإنه زول ده زول ما دايرين بدوكوا للدرجة كده. even جنا كمان في ناس تانين بدوكوا عيال بتاعهم لما ذاته داير تقتل جنا. لو جنا هنا جرف برا من بيت كلام دك ما كويس. لكن نحن ما خواجات كمان عشان نحن نخلي جنا ده عشان يعمل حاجات حركات وما نشوفه. طبعا انت داير تدوك جنا تعلم جنا تعدب جنا وتوريه الطريقة هو بيستغل بيه. زمانك ومهنا بيأدبونا بيأدبوك لو انت عملت غلطة بدك جلطة بدقوك بصوت لكن بدقوك بطريقة انت ما بتتعوق وانت بتعرف بكرة ولا بعد بكرة ولا أخوك بعرف بأنه كان عمل غلط. لكن تدق جنا لدرجة إنه داير تنتحر تقتل جنا ده ما ممكن. فده كلام ده يا ممكن المرة بكون يعني في قليبة لو شاف جناه دقوه بطريقة ما مقصود منه ممكن يقول ليه تدق الجنا ده كده. لكن في أمهات تاني بدق جنا لدرجة إنه ذاته وما بشعر بإنه زول ده ما زول دايرين يحفظوا. فأنت ما بتتأدب جنا زي ده. تعدي بتاع جنا يكون فرق. طبعا نحن ما خواجات عشان ما نتأدبوا عيال بتاعنا ولازم حاجة ده يكون في الدستور بتاعنا. خواجات كمان عندهم حاجاتهم في human right. لو جنا وصل 18 سنة ممكن يمشي يهجر له بيت ويقعد في محل بتاعه. لكن بالنسبة لنا كأفارق جناك حتى لو يكون 40 سنة وما زوج ده لسه جنا بقعد معاك في البيت. وكالتشا بتاعنا ده كالتشا مهم شديد ولازم حاجة ده يخش في الدستور. جناك لهادي يوم هو بتزوج وهي تتزوجه يا خلاص يطلع منك ويمشي لراجل بتاعه يحفظ لو بنت راجله يحفظه، لو ولد كمان يكون عنده مسؤوليات، عنده جنة وعنده مرة وعنده زول ومسؤول بناس. لكن انت ما بتخلي جنة ولسه جنة يال بتاعنا يال. فنحن يعني ما بنتفقوا مع يوم الرايد بكلام انت جناك زمن ده كده نقول حاجة بسيط من كتل كم من مراه. لأن أنا جاي من قبيلة يال بمشي في مراحات. جنا لو مشى في مراه ولسه راسه كيف ما بحفظ حاجات كيف برسله زول بتاعت الهناي ده برسله قال أمشي لفلان قول له وأنا داير كده. وزول التاني ده بمشي برسله كده the whole day the child is moving around looking for something قاعد يفتش في حاجة. ويلا في الآخر بيجي تمام خلاص بقى تعبان جسمه تعبان. ده طريقة تانية بيعدي بويال في مراحات. ولك لو وكمان لو نيجاز اللي انت قلت في بنات طبعا الجنوبيين بزوجوا كتار بزوجوا بمال. حتى لو انت زوجت ببقر ولا زوجت بقروش ولا بغنمايه ده مال حقك. وبنت كمان انت داير بنت كمان يزوجوه وانت هتحتفظ على جنات. فما في زول بيكون مرتاح عشان جنا بتاعه يكون نيجس ولا ولد ولا بنت. لكن الموضوع شنو حصل؟ the breakdown of our cultures في شنو حصل؟ فده حاجة دايرنا كلنا، داير أمهات، داير أبوهات، وداير بنات، وداير أولاد نقعدوا مع بعض. الموضوع هنا الاجتماعات اللي بعملوا حصل في جوبا هنا ده نسوان يا بيجي في اجتماعات ورجال ما بيجي في اجتماعات. هو ما بعرف ذاته في ماشين يتكلموا في شنو. بقعد بس في الشجرة قاعد يشرب في شاي. وكتار ما عارفين ذاتهم بلقوا شغل كيف. ولو كان هم قاعدين يقبلوا عشان هم يجوا في اجتماعات عشان يجي يسمع قاعدين يتكلموا في شنو عشان يقول رأي بتاع ما نحن بدنا نغير الوضع بتاعت السيتويشن بتاع عيال بتاعنا مع بعض. so ده كلام لhuman right and freedom بتاع child. بالحقيقة ما دايرين freedom لchild وما دايرين كمان ضده جنة لدرجة إنه تدق الجنة لدرجة ما تمام. كلام education طبعا عيال كتار حسي ماشيين في المدرسة في مدارس كتير مدارس حكومية. so السبب اللي بيشيل الناس يشيلوا عيال بتاعهم في دول الخارج maybe في يوغندا كينيا شنو بيقولوا المدارس داك أحسن من مدارس حقنا. فكمان المرأة ولا الراجل أبو بيت ولا أبو العيال ديل قاعدين في جوبا ولا قاعدين في جنوب السودان وعيال قارين برا ما ده ما كويس. في فترة عيال ديل بطلعوا من مدارس في زمن بتاعت الإجازات لو ما في زول بيشوف عيال ديل كمان بيكونوا نيجس هناك. لأنه نيجس ده في أي دولة. فعشان الناس يقعدوا مع عيال بتاع مهم. فهو كمان بمشي متربط مع security ونيجاتيف كالتشرز اللي بيجي لنا ده. security جابوا شنو؟ جابوا حاجة اللي بيقولوا unknown gunmen. unknown gunmen ده ما معرف جاي من وين. unknown gunmen ده لو ده سلاح من يد الناس ما كمان ده حكومة يا بيشوف خوف ده جاي من وين. ده كلام حكومة كمان عشان حكومة يساعد ناس كتار ما يشيلوا يال بتاعهم في خارج الدولة ويال ده يكونوا هنا. وكمان ناس يحتفظوا ليال ديل لأنه يال ديل insecurity لبلد كمان. فهذا الآخر الأخونا سايمون قال بإنه حكومتنا يكون قوي ويسمع ويشوف بالحقيقة ويعمل هنا ده فانشمنت لناس ديل للناس هنا ده. طبعا قلت امبارح انا سمعت بانه في نيجس مساقوم وهنا وتورونتوس وكده. طبعا ده يا اسامهم وعنده اسام كتار. لكن بارنت جو وبقى بمشي بسأل ناس بوليس يالنا ديل مساقوم وكده وكده. لكن في واحد من بواليس قال لي يال ديل لقوم في محلات المفروض جنى بتاع زول المسؤول ما يخش هناك. شنو البشيل يالهم في محلات كده، محلات في زاوية الجنازول ما ممكن يمشي فوقه. هم مفروض كمان أبو جنى يقدر يعرف جنى بتاعك مسوقو وين. لو مسوقو في محل كعب عليك لا بس سايد حكومة عشان يال ديل يشوفوا لهم محل كويس كده، يعملوا لهم ريهابيليتيشن سنتر ويخطوهم في المدارس. خلينا نحن نساعد الحكومة، لكن ما نكون ضد الحكومة. حكومة بيساعدنا كيف؟ لو نحن ضد الحكومة وحكومة ياو بيساعدنا، لأنه جنى ده لو طلع من بيته وبقتلك. قتلوا أبوهاتهم وقتلوا أمهاتهم وقتلوا ريلاتيف بتاعهم، ببدأ مشاكل من بيت وبقتلوا أخواتهم. نحن دايرين نساعد الحكومة كمان. شكرا.
اوكي شكرا كتير أمير. خلينا نسمع من بعض المتصلين برضو. اي راديو. هلو اي راديو. اوكي معلش انت ممكن ترجع وتتصل لنا تليفون تاني في نفس الارقام بتاعنا 0911 او 0922 986. Remember, we are talking about gang violence, so you can call us on 0911 or 0922 986 986. iRadio.
Yes, iRadio.
Yes, you're welcome. Tell us your name and where you're calling in from.
Me, community advisor from Jonglei State Board.
Yes, you're welcome, community advisor.
Let me welcome our guest of the studio and the presenter of the day.
Thank you.
I want to ask that let us think 2004 backward. The time human rights was not signed by our government and the right of everybody was not allowed. How was our country? Do our country have a lot of gang groups or not? If not, what happened now when we allow human rights, UN, everybody? Our country become worse and worse.
Okay. All right. Thank you, community advisor. iRadio. Hello, iRadio. Okay, we're not getting your voice clear, but you can still call us back 0911 or 0922 986 986. iRadio.
Hello, iRadio.
نعم مرحب.
تقول اسمها ضيوف مقرة أنصار بجاه.
اوكي تفضل.
شكرا. برامج سمع أجل جيجا يعني أقوم تنا سكلنا زرلو قبطو كريفة تازرا نازل كل كريس شلو ودي في زكاة مستقلنا يعني كان تلا مناكو بعرف أجلوا عمله داجة بطل يعني ما فتازرا كريفة تاو training center tani ama زي مالتا كاربا مالتا مابنا أجادل limuya le kul wadina lanu asa ajata ngi kuti yalgi karamude zamana nan kan giraba kalam ta video ta ajade kan kuluma kalam to monta.com ajata alga no fi facebook no ya kuti yalgi karam zaman tan na de telephone de tan na kan maro anda jabade lim telephone ya lakini fuki ta seta kan ganu yala lasede ita bilgo binia yan suker monendu group to mon ita zat kan ganu do reto mon fisika zat wonu sa zat banan bon majai Nasıl gruplar ne gazı? Yani nasıl bir feda? Asa zez gelbina sukerde na soare. Dek anana bes ya wedumoni na akumon bes ma kam aizol met nin toria la de kede monar kala jarmon gamul le batal. Bija min nasal nasumon muslim. Kilial zere kan gruptu nasumon muslim kaman garo enag biro tala yal. Kede sibo kede akum adi besen mon barfa jamon gamul le ma kwes. Shukran.
Okay, shukran كتير. اسمته بويو من أنزارا كاونتي في Western Equatoria State. Okay, شكرا كتير لاتصال بتاعك. Yes, Amir, maybe you can comment on these two questions. So, community advisor is asking that from 2004 backwards, did we have gang groups, and if not, what has changed? What is happening now? And also, you can also comment on Boyo's comment. He is talking about when these gang groups are arrested, maybe they can be used in agricultural projects or vocational training schools, which was raised earlier on by Johannes as well. So if you can comment on these two callers as we move on with our program.
Okay, shukran. Thank you so much for a community advisor from Bor. In truth, the human right, I don't think human right can allow children to be on the street. I don't think whether there is a section in the human right document that is
That
talking
speaks about that.
Yeah, I don't think. It is our own negligence as communities and as our government, as a government. Because also we can have a human right, but we also have our constitution. We cannot just copy and paste human right law in our constitution about the right of children. What about our rights? Because our human right, I don't think human right can dictate us so that we can leave our children open the way they behave, the way they are now. They are misbehaving. And they will also misbehave, and they will continue misbehaving, actually. Not all of them, but now, those when, when people have become violent, it's very easy to recruit the rest to join in. So it is our full responsibility to tackle it. Right now, our constitution is being reviewed, and we need to pick up that agenda. Most of the time when I was advocating for women inclusion, women economic empowerment and 35% affirmative action, I was also advocating for three new institutions to be open. One, a commission for children, so that the commission for children can tackle the issues to do with children only, children on the roads, children welfare, children behaviors, children that are also excelling. There are also children who are doing their best in the country, so that you can promote those children. When you promote those children, and like our children now, what did they do in the whole world? The basketballers, they are doing very good. Those one who are also football, and many children. Actually, what he said about engaging the children, what Boya said, Johannes, about engaging children in vocational training is real. It's very important. So that when they are engaged, busy connecting electricity the whole day, he will be busy and he will be interesting to continue doing that, fixing the table, doing the radio, doing other things. At night he will be tired, he will sleep. Tomorrow morning his mind will be doing something. If he has maybe 15 seconds or 1 minute or 15 minutes only to view his phone, he might have time to chat with his families and friends and discuss about what they learned from the school. So they will not go deeply for the negative issues that are on the phones and the Facebook or in the social media. I think when we engage them in agriculture, it doesn't matter that each and every person must go to school to hold a degree or a PhD. We have several PhDs and degrees now. They are also suffering. But this, going to the agriculture, they can do it. But why are we not going for farming in South Sudan? It's simply because most of the people fear when you go for farming, you will be shot dead by a known gunman. So that is why also we can recommend to the government to do disarmament. So anybody who is going to the farm will go with his son or her daughter to help him or her. It is us who will go to the farm. We cannot just send the children go farming. We are the first to go to the farming, and then we go with our children to help us because they have a manpower. We are no longer very strong like our children. So with the human right came in. It is up to us. If you go to Rwanda now, the Rwandese government, the way they are handling their human right is not responsible for their issues. It is them who are responsible for the human right in their country. So yes, we can copy and paste from another country which is excelling, which is doing good thing. We can copy and paste from Rwanda. How do Rwandese deal with human rights? Because they went through the scenario like South Sudan. When they had the how do you call it? In 1994, they had a genocide in Rwanda. The country was devastated. but they fix it. So we, the South Sudanese, we can go back to Rwanda and copy and paste. How do Rwandese deal with their cultures and their children? Because I was in Rwanda last year, but everything was okay. Yeah.
Okay. And also, Amer, how do you think that churches and schools and also local leaders, how can they work together to create an alternative for idle youth? Because sometimes when they are idle, then they get tempted to be engaged in gang-related activities.
These days with the church, I think the church and the mosque are trying their level best for those children who can listen. And there are those other children who cannot listen. They need the law. They need the law. They cannot even listen to church. They cannot even listen to mosque. They cannot even listen to their families. Maybe they are orphans or they are out of control of their families. It is our government to tackle it. But still, these days, what our communities has done, they are relying on international community funding. If the UN did not fund us, we are not supposed to do what we are supposed to do as community, as family. I would urge our leaders, church leaders, community leaders, government, please take your responsibility. When you need to connect, it is easy for them. Yes, we can come out as Women Bloc of South Sudan in different areas, and we urge them, we need a meeting with the church leaders around here, with the community leaders around here. We might not have funding, but we let us sit under one tree, or we sit in the church because the church are there. And then we have a conversation about how we can deal with the issues, and then we call our authorities. Authorities, this is what we think. And then we send our representative, because all of us, we have our representative in the parliament to go and address our issues, or maybe to take our issues to the reviewing of the constitution, and then we change the law accordingly, because it's our country and it is our children. Thank you.
Okay, and our time is 47 minutes past the hour of 4. We are left with a few minutes to be concluding with our program, and our studio line is still open for you. I will pick 2 last calls before we conclude with our program. iRadio. Hello, iRadio. Okay, sorry, we are not getting your voice clear, but you can still call us back, 0911 or 0922986986. We will pick last 1 or 2 calls. iRadio.
معك سايمون تاني.
نعم سايمون.
كلام الأونر بكلم ده كلام صح. لكن المشكلة إننا موجودين في جنوب السودان بنعصاب عشان نقرب مع برلمان. لأن برلمان الناس اللي بمشي هناك ناس معانا. عشان كده إذا كان قبل بدونا فرصة ناس برلمان ده بدلنا برا كان عندنا راية إننا بدلهم عشان بنفعنا الجنوبيين. ده واحد. نمرة 2 المشكلة هنا إذا تشوفوا في جان مجرمين في تشاينا. هم بيجيبون في جنوب السودان هنا بيجي بيشتغل لما بيفيقوا نفوسهم في السجن. ليه لا ده الكربان هسه لو سالت واحد 2 3 4 بيقول شغل ما في. هم قاعدين ساكت وده بتعرف زي ما يخلوا هم دول الخريجين قاعدين ساكت بتفكر في حاجات زي ده وشباب كبار في بينهم عليهم مصابين. ليه ما قادر يقبضوهم يدخلوه في فوكيشن؟ اذا يعني ممكن يكون في ورشه يكون في هي زمان 3 شهور 6 شهور وبيشتغل هنا بيتعلم في حاجات وحكومه بيستفيد منه. بعدين يكون هنا وبيكون انسان خلاص عمل بيته. زي قبضتهم دور الفاضل الخان قبضتوا شالوهم ودوهم عسله اصلا ثاني قال بقى مشكله لانه مجرم لازم مجرم دار كنسل عشان يغسلوا راسه عليه يكون كويس دينا يعني كوري تبير بتاعنا جنوبين حكومه ما قادرين نعرف دي حكومه احنا قاعدين في يده ولا دي حكومه احنا قاعدين نقول ده انا
شكرا كثير سايمون iRadio. Okay, معلش احنا ما قاعدين نسمع صوتك, so maybe Amer, you can comment on what Simon said again briefly as we are concluding. So he's saying if the citizens are given a chance to really send their voices to the parliament, it will be much easier so that they know what is really happening with the citizens down there. Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Simon. I believe the citizens have chances because we the civil society, we are with our communities and we reach to our communities in different forms. The churches also, they are stakeholders to the agreement on the resolution of the conflict in the Republic of South Sudan.
Yes, continue.
The churches are stakeholders, faith-based. We have South Sudan Council of Churches. If the community of one location decided to sit and they call themselves and they write their letter and they actually take it to the parliament, they can take it to the parliament. The difference that he's saying that we are a little bit disconnected with our parliament is because this parliament, when they were elected at grassroots level. They were elected in the Payam, Boma, county, states, and then they represent them here. But in Kenya, Kulu Hilla, every location, every suburb, into MP bita. Dafi Kenya, ufi bilata tanin. So I think if our communities in the states, in the Zainas Gudele, Nas Sherkat, Nas Wendel, with the association Alumun Gadini Amulufi association with Shabab into you see the youth are coming in a very high degree, making their associations. If they decided actually to come up with the association with that area, with that village Wahed Henak, they form their committees, they elect their leadership. First of all, they will clean their area. Their area will be clean. Number two, they will track down whom are the real criminals fi village bitamin henak. Number three, lo fi mashakil bita moya or mashakil bita kahraba, they can handle it and they will take it directly to the parliament. So it is up to us. Keeping quiet, you will not get the services. If you speak up, you will get the services. We have several women rights activists. We have churches, and they are all stakeholders to the agreement on the resolution of the conflict in the Republic of South Sudan. There is RGMEC. Yes, they cannot report to RGMEC, but they can report to civil society, and we can pick up their voices and we speak on their behalf. They can join us also, and we can go to the authorities and we can go to the parliament. So if he's ready, if you are ready, my brother, Simon, with the rest of the activists, because there are activists, there are human rights activists, and the human rights activists ito kunzatu nazal etkalamtu hasa قبل شوية ده لأنه حاجة ده بخصكم وبخص ناس كله أطلعوا برا. You can even reach me through iRadio because my contact is with them. Call the iRadio, give them my contacts. I will collect you. نحن بنمشي نقعدوا. I know where the commission for human rights fogo. We can go to for Human Rights Commission. Na bugul kalam bitana de katifuted na go fi barlaman, binamshi fi barlaman, budnushufu mashakil wen. So from there we can sort out our issues. For kalam bita Chinese prisoners who galu gibelda, bel hagiga hum beji fi Africa hina babnu shaware. Bamulu madaris, bamulu musashfiat, bamulu shunu buku badi show they become rich. For الحاجة اللي بخلي ناسنا ما يستغلوا ده مشكلة تاني براو. شكرا.
Okay. As we conclude, Amer, if you can, I understand you talked about the issue of security, but what other actions do you recommend to the government to stop the spread of gang violence, and what message do you have for young people to discourage them from the gang culture?
Yeah, to young people, and especially for the youth who have already got opportunities to acquire the knowledge and they get education. And majority of them are employed. They are employed in government. Majority of them are cashier. Majority of them are in the finances, in systems, all over, in all the majority of the institutions, and they are South Sudanese. Please, make sure that when one of the youth coming, a boy or a girl, she's looking for a job, please don't employ her because she's your relative or because she's your cousin. Balance. Let us balance each other. It is we, the South Sudanese, to transform the scenario that we are in. The culture of corruption is the one that is leading to this situation that we are in. Because if at all the relatives and the parents are not able to sustain their children, it also another crisis. So on behalf of the young students or the young people down there, please, violence is not a solution to everything. Don't gang yourself, rob your community, your families, and you want to sustain yourself because you have a power, because you are a manpower. Please, don't do that. Now is time. The Bible said there is time for everything. It is a time for us to have a dialogue so that we see where have we gone wrong as parents, where have a government went wrong, and where did these young children went wrong, so that we can also amalgamate and we come together and put our house together and sort out the issues. We need to continue with the dialogue. And for those one who the families and the parents cannot manage, our authorities can take the lead. Because rule of law, we have a constitution in this country, and that constitution will take its whatever. So on the issue of the girl, which is Aduk, yes, it is one of the cases that has made us now pick up the issues that are happening here. And it is one out of so many of them which are not seen, because I believe there are so many, but they are hidden down there. They are not out. Because I want to urge all the daughters, the girls, and even the boys which are raped, please, if something like that happen, don't keep quiet. Report it. If you are fearing to report to your mother or to report, because sometimes our mindset, the mindset of the families is just violent. They can start beating the girl. How did it happen? And what took you there? And there are so many reasons that can take somebody there, like the way I have explained it. If you think that if you reported this to your mother or you reported it to your family and they can create violence against you, just go to any of your relatives somewhere or go directly to the authorities. Because there is one-stop shop, one-stop center. And it is either in the clinic or mostly, if it is in Juba, it is in Juba teaching center. And in the country, there are safe houses where from the one-stop center, you can be taken to the safe house and the information can be given to your parent. But don't keep quiet with it. You need to be treated. First of all, violence against a woman or against any boy, a boy is a crime. And it is also a health issue, because in the process you can be affected. You can be affected. So my message to the community, please let us take this one is a very serious issue. Not only the sexual violence, even including gender-based violence. It's not a good thing, and I would urge our community, if you are not happy with your son or your daughter or your wife or any weak person in the family, please don't beat her or him thoroughly the way you think. Even when we were coming now, we find two people fighting on the road and people just sit back and they're seeing them fighting. Even the border guys, they can clash and come out, start fighting. The Raksha guys see themselves fighting. Everybody stepping on the shoes of the other person.